Hello there, I'm Lisa and today I am designing for Simple Stories. I'm going to be showing you how to make a really easy mini book. I'm going to be making a Disney mini book, but this can be applied to any papers or any theme. I'm just going to give you some really easy and quick tips that will really help you get a mini book made. Quite often enough I start a mini book or at least in the past, and I didn't finish it. The whole project just seemed really overwhelming, and I picked up a few tips a few years ago and I think what it was, I made a mini book in one sitting and I realized that's what I needed to do. So from then on I've always done a mini book in one go, and these are the rules that I tend to follow. Do it in one go, and secondly, have everything in front of you. So today I have got the Say Cheese 3 collection. I've got the sticker sheets, some of these bits I've already cut into. I've got some papers, which include die cut papers. I've got a little stack of photographs, so there's no having to run off to try and find photographs or print them. They are done. I've got some bits and pieces here from the Say Cheese collection. These are my embellishments I'm using, so have all your additional pieces ready. I've also got a couple of fold-back clips, and I'm going to be attaching my mini book with this book ring. It's quite a large one, so before you start your mini book, have a think about how you want to bind your book together. Are you using staples? Are you using ribbon? Are you using a binder tool? For me this time, like I said, I'm using a book ring, and then things like I've got adhesive, I've got washi tape, I've got my scissors, I've got a black journal pen, I've got my 3D foam tape, which I love, I've got my hole punch to bind the book together, and I've got my very beloved ATG gun for my double-sided sticky tape. So I should have everything here that I need to make my mini book. So there's no having to go away and find things, there's no having to actually think about what I need to do. And I think that was always the problem in the past. I would procrastinate and I would take so long making decisions, and this way I've done it. Everything is here that I need to do. So I'm going to get started. I'm not going to put my photos in any particular order. This is a Disney mini book, so I'm just happy to throw them all in there. Let's move this all out. I'm going to start with the cover. I think that needs to be number one. The other thing I tend to do when I'm making a mini book is follow the same theme throughout. So this is going to be starting with my front cover. Now I want to make sure that the height is right. So I'm going to, let's have a look. I've got these cards here that I want to use. I'm going to find the tallest one, which is here, and I want to make sure that it's that size. So it's about half, so I'm going to trim this so it's just over half, although I like bits overlapping, so actually no, I'm going to go slightly under the half. So front and back pages are done. I'm going to pop those to one side. I do want one of the journal cards on the front, as it's my front cover, so you now need to just have a little look through and decide. They are double-sided, so have a good think before you start hacking away and sticking them on. I'm going to go with Let the Memories Begin. I'm quite happy with sticking the rear side down, so I'm going to start cutting these out and then I can start deciding what I want to go where. I've cut down the little die cut cards that I would like to use and that apply to me. I've had a think about what I want to use them for, how I can use them. Some of them are just really cute. Some of them will be great for adding photographs to. I can imagine a photo somehow going on there. For example, here a small photo would be great, and other ones again are just really cute for embellishments, and then some of them are also great for journaling. So there's all different types of reasons. Some of them I'm not so fussed about the rear side, and I can stick those down and make pages, and there's just so many different ways that these can be used. I'm going to go back to the cover now. I will be following a theme throughout the whole album, and my theme is going to be these scalloped edges. I really like these. I'm going to cut them down and each page is going to have one of these scalloped borders along the bottom. That way there's just like a connection. The mini book has a theme throughout it and it just pulls everything together. So I'm going to trim off these. So again, I've got them in front of me and they're easy to use when I'm piecing the mini book together. Scalloped edges all cut. I'm going to use a corner punch for this first card here, just to tidy up those edges, and I'm going to pop that here. Now let's choose a suitable, let's do the grey. I want each one to really contrast with the page and to stand out, and I just need to cut it off. I can trim it off at the end and that will be stuck down. I tend to do my books in stages when I make them. So like now I'm concentrating, I've done the cutting, I've done the collecting, I'm now concentrating on piecing the mini book together. A few decorations will appear as I go throughout, but then I will go through and keep adding to that. Actually, I might add some stickers afterwards, that would be quite nice. So that's my front page. This will develop over time. I'm going to keep this as my next page. I quite like that. I think maybe a family photograph on this one. Just found this one put to one side, which I hadn't actually seen, and I think this will be a really good starting point. It's not going to go too well because the photo will cover it up. So what I'm going to do is cut it out and actually have a play and reposition everything. I've cut this down. I'm going to use this another time, but this will come in really handy. And it just needs something behind the photograph to make it slightly less busy, and I'm going to use this pattern paper here left over from the front cover. And the first page is done. I've got the scalloped edge along the bottom, I've got the journal card, and I've got a photo of us. So now on to the next page. I do want it to have a tiered look, or kind of like a higgledy-piggledy feel. I do want to use this. I've got to then think about where I want the hole to go to join them. I was going to do it at the top, so that would mean I would always need a card at the top. So that would mean I need to do that. I'm now just realizing that I've got the yellow arrow and I've got the yellow here. So actually this page is a no-go for the time being. Then I'm just going to have a little flick through and see what else I've got. I could do this one actually. I think that one will work. So I'm going to see what photo will go with that. I've gone through a photo of my husband and myself, and I've got the scalloped edge, and I'm done with that page. I am going to put that here so I can see what is the next page. Then I can concentrate on the page in front. And actually, let's go with this one now. I liked this one, and I can put a photo there, so then I can have a look and see what size. That one goes perfectly. I'm going to leave the scalloped edge off, or shall I actually? No, I'm going to go. Let's keep that. I said I would keep the theme throughout. So let's do that. I like the blue against that. So I'm constantly thinking of the colours and what goes with what. I want contrast. I don't want too much of the same colour. Grab with the kids and I. Next up, I've got this little journal card which I like, and it's perfect for my son and Mickey Mouse. Not actually. That does go, look who we met, that goes really well. So I'm changing my mind. I'm going to stick that on here. I think that goes really perfect. And what I might do, I was going to stick that down on there. Right, I'm having a change of plan now. I'm going to attach this journal card into here, and I'm going to make a page. I'm going to use the red spotted tape from here, and I'm going to attach the card. I'm almost making like a hinge, so I'm trimming it top and bottom, and then I'm going to do the same in here just to secure it, and that's overlapping both of the journal cards. And this way I can see the front and the back of the card. And that will attach in here. It's come out quite well. I might actually, because I've got Mickey Mouse and then look who we met, or look who met, and then I might actually pop one of my daughter with, that looks like Chip to me, over the coffee cup, because I love coffee. I'm such a coffee girl, but it doesn't apply to this mini book. So actually that's worked out really well. that's another page done. Having a blast. I'm not so fussed with that. I might actually put another page over it. Just having a look. We could have some. Oh, I like both sides. I won't do that one. Yep, let's have a castle on there. Doesn't have to be a photograph every time. That would go quite well. Perfect. That was the other half of the journal card from the first page. Now I want a different size, I think. Let's do this one. We're going to go with this one. I could do some journaling on there, and then I might just pop something on there to cover that up because I'm not so fussed with that. I do like the heart arrow though, so if I can find something to pop over there, I'm going to get some. Let's go back to this card, and I'm going to cover up this. Going to leave a red border around the outside and just cut this to size and put my photo there, and I've got the heart arrow underneath. This page is done. I've added the scalloped edge again, and I've got the photo over the top. So as you can see, I'm turning the pages so I can always see which is going to be the next page. I'm too much red there. We could have the 100% fun. I'm not so fussed, but I do like the spotted border around the outside. Go with that one, the kids with a Mickey pretzel. I am going to go with a red edge. The red will go really nicely with that, but it's not too similar. And I quite like that we've got a little bit of the circle underneath. That's worked out really well. Again, I'm not so fussed with the memories there. Actually, do you know, the memories would be really nice with, I don't need the thing there. I'm going to stick that over the top. So it's all about adapting what you've got, your supplies, so they work for you. That is absolutely perfect now. So I've got a really fun page. This is what happiness looks like. I'm going to stick with that, and not so fussed with that. I'm going to pop that up there. A scalloped edge along the bottom. See what I mean about having the same theme throughout? It just takes so much of the thinking that usually takes all the time out process. We're whizzing through this now, so we've got that size, and let's go with a smaller one. I quite like this one. Some nice colours going against that one. And I really like this one of Louis, so I'm going to do this one. The photo is slightly too large, which I like because it adds extra length to the page and it makes it a little bit different. I didn't want it to be the same throughout, so I'm happy with that. And then turning over, obviously now we've got this, so again it's working with what we've got. And I don't want the best day ever, but I do quite like the idea of this, and that works really well. I like that. So that you would think that's automatically a page. That would work like that. Then I've got to think about something to put on there to cover it up, and that's not going to quite work. The one of the kids, that works really well. So there we go. I want it to look tidy both sides. I'm just going to trim off the edge. I've got a very slight yellow edge, which I don't want. This page is now perfect. You would not know that that's 2 journal cards, and that's the other side. Great for journaling, and I've slotted the photo slightly underneath as I didn't want to overlap the S. There is a little bit of the wording below, which is perfect, as I will be able to find an embellishment to cover that up afterwards. So that's that page. I'm going to go for a larger one again. This one will go really well. I'm not sure about this. I might leave this one for the time being and come back to it. This one I would quite like to cover. I'm not quite sure with what. I'm going to use this yellow journal card on here. I want the red page, but I don't particularly want the design that's on there. And then I can put the photo on there. I've got space for journaling and I can photo. Actually, I'm going to stick it center, and then I'm going to use embellishments to cover that up. Will be fine. And then I've got that side. I'm going to leave this one as it is. I like that. That's quite perfect. Although, actually, I'm going to stick that on there. This looks like it was made for that photograph. And then I can journal on that page if I want. Although, no, I don't want to cover up the heart. And no, I'm going to leave that one. Let's go with this one next. That one goes well on there. Holly with Alice in Wonderland. I'll leave that one as it is. And then we've got this one here. I might need to trim this down, although I do like the rear side there. Let's see what I can do to make this one a little bit larger. I think we need to do something, so I can add a scalloped edge. Yeah, this could work. So I'm going to pop that along there. I'm going to use the tape to attach it, and this just gives me the extra little bit of length that I need. I've got some of the yellow tape here which I haven't used before. I think this would work better. This little page has worked out really well. I've ended up, although I've had the scalloped edge underneath, I've popped it on the top there, and the yellow tape worked really well on that side. I think I might just add it on there. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use the yellow tape just to create that hinged look again, that effect. Just going to trim that off so it's neat on the edge, and then turn it around. Let's do the red on that side. I think that would look better. It's just adding a little bit of interest to the mini book. Although we're not using these pages for journaling or for photographs, it just looks really cute. Right there, I've got a little bit of a fold there which isn't going to work, so let's trim that and push that down. That looks neater, and I do believe that's the end of my mini book. I now have my rear cover. I quite like the follow your heart. I'm just gonna have a little look and see what else I've got just to finish. Found the perfect one. I'm actually making this book for my mum for her birthday. We've been wanting her to come to Disney with us for so long now. I'm still trying to convince her. So the You're Never Too Old for a Little Magic is perfect. I'm going to finish that with the scalloped edge. Easy. Like I said, I will now go over the book and start to add bits and pieces, and that's when the mini book then really starts to happen. And that's the back cover there. So I've got the washi tape on top of the scalloped edge and the card, and that's how the book will finish. I now need to decide where I need to put the hole, just so I don't cover up any photographs, and to make sure that every single page will be attached when the ring goes through. I'm partway through doing the hole. I'm doing it in the top corner. I've done half of the book already because obviously it's quite thick to go through, especially with the photo. So I've done half, and now I'm taking the big bite, lining it back up, and then I can do it through the remainder. Everything's in order now, and it's all ready for me to start decorating. So I will go from page to page, and I'm going to look at embellishments now and stickers. Added quite a lot of stickers and embellishments. My next thing I want to do, I'm going to tidy up my table because it feels really messy, but I'm also going to start going around with my black journal pen as well, around the edges with dotted lines and just a little bit of doodling. And as I do that, could be the other times then that I choose to add some more embellishments. I've finished the book and I can't wait to show you. I've added some spotted ribbon there at the top, and I'm just going to give you a flick through so you can see. I've added a little bit of journaling. I haven't gone crazy with the journaling, just a little bit here and there, but I've added a few dotted lines, a little bit of doodling. It just kind of adds a little bit of interest. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. I think this is a really nice keepsake for my mum. There's very few people that I actually make things for anymore. I used to spend a lot of time making gifts for people, but not everybody appreciates things, and I'd be spending a lot of time and get comments like, oh, nice that you have so much time on your hands, but actually it does take a lot of time, but you do it because you want to do it, and so I only do it for those now that really appreciate it. So I know my mum will love this. She keeps all the things I make for her. I love the embellishments, and look, if you can just see, just by adding some 3D foam tape, that really does make a difference. Sticker there at the bottom, I've added, that was from the bits and pieces. That's a sticker there that I've added to that page as well. Some of the cards are just nice left as they are, they look really good. This one opens out as well. I like doing that with the washi tape, it's really handy. And the final, there we go, lots of stickers on that one and some washi tape. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. It was really fun to make. I shall take some photos and leave for you. Thank you so much. If you've enjoyed this, if you're a Disney fan too, please give me a thumbs up, and please do subscribe so you catch my next video. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.